Welcome into episode 29 of Rhymer on the Road. I am Scott, and look who's back.
I'm back.
We have Ann back, finally. Leo and I missed Ann for about 8 days, I guess it was. I know people that know us closely know what you were doing, but for those that are just kind of following along on the YouTube channel, you had to do some family work with moving Megan.
Stuff. Yep, our youngest daughter got a new job, so she was based in Kansas City, Kansas, and I went to help her pack up. And we got a U-Haul and we drove to Charlotte, North Carolina and moved her into her new apartment there so that she could start her new job in Charlotte. So
and everything went well.
Everything went well. We made it. We crossed lots of, I didn't even count how many states, but I don't know, 6 states?
It's a couple.
It was
sure.
long. It was
And you had never driven a U-Haul, and
Never.
Megan had never driven herself the
That
length
far.
of times, at least the distance and times that you've gone. So the two of you made it. Everybody's safe. Everybody's settled. We had a lot of family help in Charlotte while I remained in Washington State with Allie and Leo. But we are glad to have you back. And I had to do it without you. Tell everybody where we're going next. But since you're back, you can tell everybody where we're going next.
Now I can tell you where we're going. So we are heading to Portland, Oregon, sort of south of Portland, Oregon. We're actually not going to stay in the city proper. So south of Portland, we plan on going up into the Columbia River Gorge area to see some waterfalls and head up to Mount Hood.
That's right, and way off in the distance, and we'll just see how the weather goes. We could try to get up to Mount St. Helens because we couldn't do that in Mount Rainier, which will be part of episode 30. You'll have to tune in one more episode down the road from that. We're actually filming right now from the coast of Oregon, and it's just turned November, and for all of you on the East Coast or wherever you're watching this from, it gets dark out here too.
Yes.
Very early. It's through almost 4 o'clock now, and it'll be dark in 45 minutes here.
Yeah.
So
I don't like it. I don't like it.
So we'll navigate all of daylight savings time and all that good stuff, but we did get to experience Olympic National Park. I got a little bit of it, and then when you returned, we got what I think was one of the biggest surprises that we've had to this point on the trip. So here we go, episode 29, Olympic National Park.
So we are in Olympic National Park in the Hoh Rain Forest area, and we've done 2 very short, quick hikes. We did, which one we are in right now, the Hall of Mosses, and the other one we did was the Spruce Nature Trail. Both highly recommend. They're just beautiful with all the moss, the ferns, the huge trees. That pictures just will not do justice. Hopefully this video you'll be able to get a glimpse of it, but it is something otherworldly and not anything that we've really seen before. And maybe being in the rainforest area is just beautiful.
It takes about 40 minutes from Forks if you were based out of Forks. 45 minutes, but it's an easy drive.
This piece of
and it's a pretty drive once you turn off of the main road to come back in here. And both of these hikes, first the Spruce Nature Trail is a little longer, a little over a mile.
It's beautiful.
Yep.
And of course it's rainy today, but you do have a little bit of coverage, so it's one you can do on a rainy day.
It's a rainforest. It's going to be raining most days. But yes, to your point, you don't really get that wet. I mean, we got rain jackets and rain pants on, and I don't know that we need either one of them, but
beautiful.
Yep.
I mean, ferns growing out of trees. It's just,
I think you had the best word for it, just otherworldly.
yes. So we are in Olympic National Park, and we are doing, right now we are on the Trail of Mosses, and we just wanted to give you our opinion because, I mean, it's a great, I don't know, it's like 0.7 or so miles. It's just not much, and just these beautiful cedar trees and hemlocks. I think they said there were tons of ferns. So we're in a rainforest. And the moss that is all over the trees, these massive trees, and I know we're going to see bigger ones, but it's just even the trees behind us that are growing out of one that has fallen.
Yeah, you can see.
Which you see all throughout.
You see these trees and their roots growing over top of the one that has fallen and is dead. Kind of the circle of life.
Circle of life. It's beautiful.
Yeah. All right, we're wrapping up the Sol Duc Falls Trail, and I'm telling you, we've just been, the last 2 days, 2 for 2. The Hoh Rain Forest was amazing, and I thought, okay, well, certainly today can't equal that or come close to it, and we were wrong. And first of all, it's reminds me, the trail itself does remind me a little bit of the Hoh Rain Forest, and it's very mossy, beautiful, large trees. The sun coming in, it's just hard to, the video and the pictures are hard to describe or to illustrate how pretty it is. Hopefully it does a little bit. But the cap here is when you get to the end of the 0.8 mile trek, you get just an amazing waterfall. I mean, the Sol Duc Fall is a lot of water flow through it. It had a great vantage point. So, you know, we always say we love hikes that have a reward at the end, and this one certainly had a reward, but to be honest with you, the whole hike was a reward. I mean, that's what makes this area so unique, is that even going to the destination is beautiful.
It's just so different. I mean, look at these trees with the fogginess behind it. I mean, it is just, they're huge. It is beautiful. You got the ferns, so it's like the rainforest-esque.
I will say that
beautiful.
The 0.8 mile there and back was pretty easy, but it actually takes a lot longer than you would think, because Ann stops everywhere.
Yeah, I've stopped it.
Take pictures.
Every little spot to take pictures. And as we keep saying, I just don't know if the pictures are going to do it justice. I think you have to see it in person. So you need to get out to Olympic National Park and check it all out.
So you would think that this trail and these falls are all you need to make it worth coming 45 minutes or so from Forks where we're staying. But on the way, you get this salmon overlook called what?
I think it was Salmon Falls Overlook.
And you get to watch the salmon jump out of the water swimming upstream, which I never in my life thought I would see. I had no idea I'd see it here.
I think it goes to late fall, so we're maybe just tweaking in there. But it very from the parking lot. It's like a 150-yard step, through to get to, so it's very easy. And you just kind of keep watching those falls, and you see the salmon jumping. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of a once in a lifetime kind of experience. The only thing that would have made it better if the bear was there, grabbing him out of the air.
That's right.
But it also illustrates, when you watch it in person, I think you said it. Yeah. How do they do that? I mean, the water is coming down so fast, but they do it. I mean, it's amazing.
How do they make it up those falls, rapids, craziness?
So from Forks, you can hit both of these adventures in one trip. Very easy, very little amount of hiking to get to your reward. And so, man, this part of Olympic National Park's 2 for 2. We'll have one more day of it here before we leave, but man, oh man, this has been, I think, a real pleasant surprise.
Yep, 2 10s. So we just got through walking the beach at Rialto Beach, and we walked to Hole in the Wall, which is a structure, rock structure, has a hole in it. You'll see the pictures. Beautiful beach. And of course, this is our first experience with the Washington coast, and it was beautiful. I mean, it was rock, pebble, sand beach, kind of a combination. There were times where you were crawling over huge trees, as you can see in the background, going over a little river. So kind of an obstacle course here to get over this river. We each chose different routes. This guy has farther to fall than I did. And he made it. We had to traverse up and down over a little jut out to get to the hole in the wall. But just beautiful. I mean, you got the scenery, you got the different rocks out in the ocean, the waves coming in really strong. It's just beautiful and different than what we've seen before. So this was our first taste of it. And of course, over in Hole in the Wall, we got to see some. We were there, of course, at low tide. It's about the best way, I think, about the only way you can get to it. And then you can actually get up to the hole in the wall at low tide. So you do want to time it for that. So over at Hole in the Wall, we got to see tide pools on the other side. And of course we saw sea urchins and other sea creatures in there, which we got pictures of. You got to see everything here. You've got the sand beach, the rock beach, You've got jumping over big trees. You've got traversing a river. You've got going over to hole in the wall where you have the tidal pools and you're going up and down on the little jut out. It just, the beautiful, you know, the seagulls, the beautiful water and the big waves. It just, if you're in the area, it's definitely worth. I think now we've done 3 for 3 on our hikes here at Olympian.
I totally agree with that. Couple of things. You mentioned low tide, definitely low tide, because of the whole part of it, but also just I think it would be harder to walk the beach.
I think it would be.
And it's not dog friendly, this particular one, so we couldn't bring Leo.
Yeah.
And it's only 0.8 there and 0.8 back to the hole, but it takes a while because it's slow. First of all, you're stopping and looking and taking pictures and just in God's beauty,
it's hard to walk
in.
It's hard to walk in. I mean, your feet are kind of, your ankles are turning a little bit because you're walking in sand basically. Even with the rocks, you're kind of going, your ankles are moving around a little bit. So, but worth it. It was a great entry point for us for the Washington Pacific beaches.
And all 3 of these things that we've done, the rainforest, the river, and then now here at the beach, we're all within just 30 minutes of Forks, 45 minutes of Forks. This one was actually like 20 minutes from Forks from our campground.
Yeah.
So you can get a lot done in just one stop location. So it's been great, and gonna wrap up our trip here, and it's travel day tomorrow, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yep. Alright, we got quite the, oh crap! You alright? Yeah, I was like, we've got quite the climb down here. Ooh, that could have been bad.
Yeah.
Keep on going very carefully.
More carefully than that?
More carefully than that. Man, that's gonna be a 3rd pair of jeans we have to wash for you today.
I'm gonna have a dirty butt.
You're gonna have a dirty butt. That's actually not too bad. And we're not done yet. We gotta get down there.
Alright, let's hope she has better luck here going over the river than I had coming down the mountain. It's a nice little log beam, but it moves on you a little bit. I mean, worst case scenario, it's about a 3-foot drop. Okay, gotta take 2 now. Center of gravity. There you go. Home sweet home now. All right, you know, we always have to touch the water bodies where we're at. So we're now made it to the Pacific Ocean here in the state of Washington. So gotta dip the hand in there and check it out. I think this one's gonna get
It got us.
I got it.
We both touched it.
I touched it all right. Oh, man.
All right, I'm going to show you where the river meets the ocean in Washington State. Follow this. So you can see the river, it kind of comes around the bend up here, comes down into here, and then there she goes, right out into the Pacific Ocean. Very cool.
I'll see if Scott can do it.
Haven't had a good start to the day.
No. Well, you're already wet.
Easy peasy Japanesey. How did you go from here?
Jumped.
All right, there you go. That's episode 29 of Reimer on the Road, a review of Olympic National Park. Now, the first thing I must say about Olympic National Park, it is huge. It is massive in square footage.
Which is why we had 2 separate stops.
That's
there.
right. Which in this case benefited us because you ended up having to go back. Our first stop was in the Port Angeles area, and I pretty much stayed there by myself with Leo. And we did do some things around that area, Lake Crescent, and some of the port areas. We didn't get up to Hurricane Ridge, which I think is probably the highlight of that area. It had snowed the day before up on top of the road there, so we just couldn't get there. And then time didn't allow for it at any other different parts. And then the other part that we didn't do, we drove through it, was when we were headed down to Oregon, and that's the Lake Quinault area. So we really can't give a tremendous amount of feedback on either ends of those because we based everything you saw in this video pretty much out of Forks, which, by the way, I didn't know is where Twilight was filmed. And we had no idea.
Series.
And so we didn't.
Forks area.
Yeah, we didn't really watch that much, but we knew of it. So if you're a Twilight fan, Forks definitely is a place you want to go. So our review of this is going to stem on the very tight area of Fork, because that's really where we spent most of our time and what you saw in this video. But I can tell you this, if you're going to do Olympic National Park and you want to do all of that, Hurricane Ridge, Port Angeles, Lake Quinault, Lake Crescent, and the Forks area, I think you're going to need to stay in multiple places.
I think so too. Yeah, it's just, it'll save you on driving on your days. I mean, is it doable? Absolutely. Just kind of like Yellowstone, just massive amount of land. And so if you can kind of give yourself a couple stops, maybe even 3 stops. I mean, I think I can even envision 3 stops, 2 to 3 days each, to explore the areas, because Olympic doesn't have your typical scenic drive that goes across, or it's just sort of the outskirts, and then you have these shoot off roads that go into the different various areas. So there are sort of separate areas, really.
Another thing I think is important to note is it's out there to get to. I drove you back and forth to Seattle International Airport, which is really between Seattle and Tacoma, which is the southern part of Puget Sound. And it's still just in the Port Angeles area, which is the eastern side. It was 2.5 hours. 2.5
hours to get to the airport. So that's not 2.5 hours to get to Seattle. It's probably it's like 3 hours probably
at least,
to get to Seattle. And I think we got excited when I was like, I had to go back, and I was like, oh, we're near a major airport, but we really weren't near a major, because even then, by the time you'd moved, it was a 3.5 hour drive. So we actually kind of, Megan and I joked that I think Scott, in taking me to the airport and back, and picking me up and then back, drove just almost maybe an hour or two shy of what Megan and I had to do to drive from Kansas City to North Carolina. So
That's right. It is definitely out there.
We all got our drive on.
The remoteness, though, I think is part of the charm of it, to be honest with you. But it is a place that if you're going to fly into Seattle and then go out there, you still got a ways to go. We stayed in 2 separate campgrounds, as we mentioned. First of all, Elwha Dam Campground, which was in the Port Angeles area. Nice little campground. Really enjoyed it. from a location standpoint, you're right as the crow flies 5 miles from Port Angeles, which is a pretty big city. Really, the only bigger city or town in the area, in Olympic National Park area.
Where you could get to the Hurricane Ridge, which you didn't get to go to. You got to the Lake Crescent.
That's
I
right.
think you could get to that area. A little bit of that. I think there was a waterfall around there, which I don't know that you went to.
Again, didn't get to that
either.
either.
There's definitely stuff to do from there, which is what we had planned on doing if I had been there.
And then when we were down in Forks, it was the Olympic Adventure Campground. Again, very secluded, nice trees around it. A big tent-heavy campground that I think in the summer a lot of tent campers would be there. But
still, it probably had 20 to 30 RV spots as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
And of course, it was only about 3, maybe not even 3 miles from Forks, which is the primary city that would surround the area where we were. And I would say that you could, from Forks, get to Lake Crescent the other way, and Lake Quinault. It's a long haul to Quinault and back from Forks, but you could do it.
You could do it. That would be a more centralized place. If you were going to stay in one place, that's where I would stay.
Yeah, absolutely stay in one place. But I would have to say, as you saw with the rainforest, the amazing waterfall of the Sol Duc River, and then you add in the amazing experience on Rialto Beach. And there are other beaches there. We just did Rialto.
Right.
This was a hidden surprise to me. I wasn't. I don't know what I was expecting of Olympic. I think maybe the rainforest kind of made sense.
I think I had known about the rainforest, but it was. I don't know. It was very intriguing to me, enchanting. It was almost like I think we talked about. It was almost like you were in a fairy tale. It just the scenery, the moss, the ferns. It was beautiful. I really enjoyed it.
So it's hard to get to. Or a long way to get to. I wouldn't say hard, but a long way from everywhere. But I definitely would recommend Olympic National Park after our time there. And we certainly did not do everything that we could have done because of Ann leaving. And even then...
So many more hikes we could have done. Like you talked about the other beaches that we could have done.
Yeah, I think in the summer, too, I think both Lake Quinault and Lake Crescent are pretty big hubs of boating and kayaking and all the water sports that we didn't really see going in late October.
And I will say, late October, I thought was actually a really good time. Maybe late September might be a little bit better. Maybe kind of try to get ahead of the rainy season. I had seen some stuff talking about how it could get backed up getting into like the Hoh Rainforest, and we just drove right in. So I really think crowds could be an issue here. Luckily, the timing for us, it worked out.
And even during the rainy season, we had one day that we knew that was going to be almost totally sunny and very little chances of rain. And we just did Rialto Beach that day. And the Hoh Rainforest and the Sol Duc Falls, it didn't really matter if it was misting or raining a little bit because you're so far deep in the woods.
Yeah, the tree cover. I mean, you would get, it was fine.
Yeah. Okay, that's episode 29 of Reimer on the Road. Go to Instagram, right?
That's right, Instagram, Reimer on the Road.
Yep, do that and follow along with Ann there. And we can't wait to share episode 30 with you, which comes next. That is the Mount Rainier and Nehalem Bay State Park here in Oregon. As we begin to do about a 4-stop tour through the state of Oregon. And let me say, it has been amazing to this point. So wet, but amazing. So stay tuned. We appreciate you following us. Drop your comments if you have any suggestions for us of what to do in the Oregon area, whether it's in Portland or anywhere in Oregon. We'll take those comments. We got a lot in the last episode, and we're already kind of planning what we're going to do and how we're going to do it while we're here in Oregon. That's Ann. I'm Scott. Leo's down here trying to get into the video. We're not allowing him to do so. Don't forget, everybody, do it today.